Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the Saturn Junkyard. So what are we here to talk about today? While all of us are gathered around families, etc., 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 eating and such, going to sleep, whatever the case might be. Well, we're here to talk about a raffle. Well, really not the raffle, but what came from the raffle. And since the unboxing has already been done, sorry, kind of had to. You know, I figured with Christmas here, I'd go ahead and give everybody a gift. And if you haven't seen it already, you're going to get to today.
16 million colors. Wreak some havoc in your head.
Sega Saturn.
So welcome to the Saturn Junkyard. My name's Samuel, Southern Sega Gentleman. You know, like I was talking about, there was a nice little raffle the other day, and some of y'all might be chimed into this. Now, there's numerous Facebook groups concerning the Sega Saturn. By no means is the Junkyard the only one. In fact, there's one that's got about 1,500, 1.1 thousand, whatever the case might be. And it's called Sega Saturn Collectors of America. Now, I had no idea this thing even existed. So, whenever I'm sitting at my computer the other day, I'm doing a little editing on one of the other videos we were working on, you know, I get a notification from Dave. This is one of the guys from the Sega Saturn Shiro podcast. Awesome guy, by the way. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. And he's tagged me in some post. I can't see it. It's a closed group, whatever the case is. So I go ahead and accept it. Fast forward. It's a raffle. It's a raffle for a piece of custom artwork. Now, I'm not just talking about custom artwork like hang on the wall. I'm talking about full-blown custom reproduction artwork for a US Longbox jewel case. Now, it's Christmas. So what could it be about? Well, that's where the fun part gets. So, it was about Christmas nights. I'm not gonna draw it out anymore. It's in the video description. I mean, it's fine. But the whole point behind it is that the only way to enter the raffle was to explain or give some kind of description or whatever the case might be of the game. Now, honest time, story time. I've never played Christmas Nights in Dreams. Ever. I know, go ahead, turn the video off, go ahead, unsubscribe, whatever the case is. It's horrible. I'm a horrible Sega Saturn collector. I know. It's okay. But the reason I never played it was I never really liked Nights in Dreams. I mean, I didn't understand the game. It was like a 3D platformer, but it's not a 3D platformer. It's actually, an arcade attack score game. You know, it's in the vein of Metal Slug and shmups and such. Just get to the end of the level, get the highest score. That's what it's all about. I didn't understand that back in 1998. You know, I was sitting there at a kiosk in a Hollywood Video playing this game, and the only thing that was cool about it was it had a nice little, 3D control pad. I loved it. The control pad, not the game. I know, again, I'm a horrible Sega Saturn collector. It's okay. It's okay. We all have our own taste, whatever the case is. But I was like, hell, man, I'm really trying to build up a collection now. This would be awesome. So I went ahead and entered it, and lo and behold, a couple days later, I was the very first name that popped up. And I'm going to read what Mr. Dave sent me. So, Mr. Miles, well, glad I added you to the running at the last minute. Seems like this was meant to be yours. Anyway, now you got to snag a copy of the game for sure. I'm still working on that. That game's pretty pricey by itself. But I can burn a game. We can do that. I'm not too ashamed to say that. So, anyways, hope you and yours have a very Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thanks, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Because with all this being said, another little snippet of my, nice little post was, if I did by some chance win, I'd do a review. No. It's cool. It's cool. I actually enjoy doing this. So, not to mention I get to show it with y'all. So, boom. How about that? Longbox. Custom, and I mean custom. This is not just, snag it off of Photoshop. This is pure custom artwork. Get that as close as I can. Well, I ain't got much of a shine. That ain't gonna happen. That's about right. That is beautiful, in my opinion. Absolutely beautiful. Back of the box. I mean, this thing looks like it actually is an original game. I mean, that's the quality to it. I'm not trying to toot anybody's horn. This is absolutely beautiful quality. Now, again, I don't have a game, sorry, but even the back of the manual, and it gets better than that. I mean, This is not just some nice little, oh, look, I threw something in the computer and look at what I got. No, this is some beautiful artwork, and just like most Sega Saturn games, I'm having a hard time getting the manual out. But I mean, look at this thing. Open it up. You got individual pages. There's a story going on up in this thing. He literally ripped the story out of the intro to the game. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. And the quality of paper. I mean, what this is all about this is what reproductions are about. It's not that we're trying to, throw something out there and make it to where, hey man, I can sell it, here's the value of it. No, this is something for collectors who want to complete their set. Now, this is by no means an ad for the Shiro guys. And I'm not getting any kind of money out of this. What this is all about is, this is something that's going on in the community now that's really blown up. For the first time, I think there is a large enough group of people who are wanting to do this, and we have the technology and the accessibility to do this. Now, one other thing about this is there's about 6 copies of this that don't have a watermark. The Shiro guys have decided to create Sega Saturn Shiro Customs. Now, what comes of this is on their end. But what I will say is that there are 2 guys over there, Dave and Kay, who, if they put their stuff together, one of them is immaculate with disc recreation, and one of them is immaculate with artwork recreation. If they were to put their stuff together, we could really see some reproductions coming out of them that would blow people out of the water. Now, as a nice little Christmas gift, these guys have decided to release all the PDF files for this copy. Of course, it has their watermark on it. Now, I'm going to drop a link in the description for that. If you want this, then by all means, grab it, print it out, whatever the case is, whether it be on paper, it's not going to look as good, but you can try cardstock, whatever the case is, you got full bleed, whatever you can do. But you can make this and make it yourself. And the great thing about it is now that we have limited run games coming out and saying that they're going to actually produce or reproduce these long boxes, we don't have to keep salvaging cases from $2, $3 sports games. And that in and of itself is great for collectors, because by doing so, you're destroying one game to save another game. But I digress. That's what it's all about, y'all. This is the greatness that is the Sega Saturn community today. We are creating brand new IPs effectively. Now, this is not an IP, but we are creating brand new artwork, custom artwork for games that we absolutely love. And that's why I really believe this community is so great, and why we have so much to give back. Because there is so much giving this. There is so much love, and whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm getting a little sappy at this point, but I digress. The point is, this is an awesome community. And if you haven't reached out, go ahead and reach out. You can find us over at the Saturn Junkyard on Facebook. You can always hit the subscribe button, like, comment, whatever the case is, share it with your friends, whatever you want to do. It's all gravy. And if you haven't checked them out, go check out the Shiro guys. They got a pretty awesome podcast. They drop our name a couple of times, we drop their name, But find somebody, get into the community, become a part of. As always, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. From the Sega Saturn Junkyard, this is Samuel, Southern Sega Gentleman, signing off.